Hello, children. Today we are going to discuss a chapter Principles of Inheritance and Variation from class 12th. Children, in this chapter we have two words over here, inheritance and variation. What do you mean by inheritance? Inheritance is nothing but is a process by which traits or characters passes from parents to offspring. So what is inheritance? Inheritance is basically a process from and by the help of which the characters they passes from parents to offsprings. That is called as inheritance. Right? Now if we talk about variation, what is variation, children? Variation is nothing but it is the degree of changes. It is a degree of changes that you can compare from a parent and is present in a offspring. That is called as means varieties, or I should say variable number of changes that is being accumulated from generation after generation. That is called as variation. Now in this chapter, children, basically there are so many concepts which we have discussed. Out of that, few of which I am going to deal today. Okay, so basically inheritance was first of all being discovered, or I should say it was first of all being given by the father of genetics, who is John Gregor Johann Mendel. Gregor Johann Mendel. Scientist Gregor Johann Mendel is known as father of genetics. What he said, that the factors are always being inherited from one generation to the another generation, which was not known to us. And what are the basic things behind it, or which particular molecule is being responsible for the inheritance purpose, that we will deal in the next topic. Okay, so basically here let us discuss what are the various laws given by Mendel for this inheritance, laws of inheritance. So under the laws of inheritance, children, we have three laws to discuss in this particular chapter. The first law is law of dominance. Second, we have law of segregation. And third is law of independent assortment. If we talk about law of dominance, what is law of dominance, children? According to this particular law, the trait here means characters, the trait which will be able to express itself in the filial generation 1 is said to be dominant trait, and the law is called as law of dominance. Now in law of segregation, what is this? According to law of segregation, out of a pair of traits, the factors responsible for that particular trait, only one factor is getting inherited during the gamete formation. That is law of segregation. What it is, again I am repeating to you, that according to law of segregation, the factors of a pair segregate from each other such that a gamete receives only one of the two factors. That is called as law of segregation. These two laws, children, can be easily explained with the help of a monohybrid cross. What is this monohybrid cross? When we are crossing a single trait, that symbolizes this monohybrid cross. For example, I have taken parent 1, parent 2, and the trait which I am using here is height. So what I will do, that parent 1 has the trait of tallness. Okay, here the trait is height, and the alleles for tallness is capital T, and the alleles for recessive is small t. Now when we are crossing it for the F1 generation, all the plants that we will receive are tall. Why they all are tall here, children? Why I am calling them as tall? Because of the presence of this capital T, which is a dominant trait. Children, always a dominant trait express itself and the recessive trait will be hidden for the first generation. Now, when we will take these two plants and go ahead for the second step, that is called as selfing, capital T small t and capital T small t. When these two plants will be selfed, the process called as selfing, then we will get capital T, capital T, capital T small t, again one capital T small t, and the last plant will be small t, small t. So from this particular cross, children, we got two ratios. What are those two ratios? One is called as our phenotypic ratio. What is phenotypic ratio? Phenotypic ratio is nothing but externally how the plants or externally how the offsprings appear, that is called as phenotypic ratio, whereas genotypic ratio symbolizes the genetic makeup of those particular gametes. So here I got how many tall plants I got? I got 3 tall plant and only 1 dwarf plant. I am writing those results after the F2 generation: capital T, capital T, capital T small t, capital T small t, and small t, small t. So this is also a tall plant, this is also a tall plant, this is also a tall plant. So all total 3 tall plant and 1 dwarf plant. Whereas the genotypic ratio, I mean to say the genetic combination, how many types of genetic combination can you see? This is capital T, capital T, purely capital T, I got only 1. Pure small t also I got only 1, but I got the hybrid or the mixture of capital T small t as 2 plants. So the genotypic ratio for monohybrid cross is 1:2:1. Here we must have understood both the laws of dominance, children. Laws of dominance, what was that? In the F1 generation we have seen the combination, all the plants were in the form of capital T small t, that means all the plants were tall. So one of the trait has been expressed in F1 generation. This shows the dominant trait and the law was dominant, law of dominance. In case of law of segregation, what we have seen, out of capital T, these are the 2 plants, these are the 2 alleles for the tallness, these are the alleles for the dwarfness. Out of these 2 alleles, only one is getting segregated during the gamete formation. So this proves your law of segregation. Okay, in our next video we will talk about few other features of inheritance and variations and a dihybrid cross. There are so many features of under the head of inheritance that we will talk in our next video. Till the time, children, keep learning, stay safe. Thank you.